I haven't been in the coldness in a minute. I haven't even trained in the coldness in a minute, so I feel though this will help me.
See the better Gervonta Davis, come out this time. I certainly hope we do.
Gervonta Davis has returned to training camp ahead of his upcoming rematch with Lamont Roach, scheduled for August 16th in Las Vegas. After their controversial draw earlier this year, Davis is intensifying his preparations to reclaim his dominance in the lightweight division. Tank Davis is on a mission to prove his critics wrong in the upcoming rematch against Lamont Roach. With his legacy on the line, he's pushing himself to the limit in training camp, focusing on power, speed, and strategy to show the world he's still the top fighter.
People keep saying like Lamont dang near like beat Tank like clean. Like basically like we seen it like, yeah, he did Tank that one, but like Tank was limping out the ring. Bro, he didn't even get over on Tank for real. Y'all only saying that because Tank took the knee. And when Tank took the knee, it wasn't how like Ryan Garcia was when he took the knee once Tank went to his body. It was like, dang, like I'm taking him and get right back up. Can you do that in boxing? No. But y'all can't say that basically that, oh yeah, he won because of the knee. That shows that people just want to see Tank lose, bruh. Because y'all betting y'all money on basically Tank losing because of that knee. Yes, it was a good fight. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. Lamont was defending himself like he's skilled. But, bro, he ain't walk all over Tank. Tank, bro, if y'all go back and watch the highlights, I just watched the highlights last night. Them last couple of rounds, bro, Lamont was balled up. Tank was literally, he was trying, like you could tell Tank was like, dang, I waited too long. So he was trying to throw some stuff like to make sure he get that one blow. But it didn't work. So that's why they doing that rematch so they could start over from scratch, round 1 to round 12. We gonna start over clean and let's see what's going on now. Now y'all want to be saying, oh, no, man, I ain't gonna lie. At the end of the day, the first fight is what matters. No, it don't. Tank was, look, he real enough to say, hey, bro, let's do a rematch. Now, if he ain't do a rematch, he's like, oh, yeah, something going on. Nah, hush, hush. Hey, Calvin, step to the side. Let me get somebody else right now. I'm gonna be hush. Let me get back in the gym and put my hat on. And we go at it again. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm telling you, this version of Tank is gonna be dangerous, bruh. If you know about boxing, come on, it is Gervonta Davis, bruh. Dude is a beast. You think he finna walk around with that on his resume that he almost got cooked by Lamont Roach? Bruh, if he doing a rematch, he doing it for a reason. He's about to make an example out of him. I'm sorry to tell y'all. And Lamont, you're skilled. But the fact that you keep on trying to just pull that up, like that one knee. I beat him because of that one knee. You know, I don't care if he had grease in his eye or not. I whooped him because of that. Bruh, that's how you know he don't got confidence that he's a better fighter than Tank. The fact that he's trying to, because he know that chance comes once in a lifetime. That's why he's so big on trying to, go back and play the tape.
Jake Paul has confirmed that if Gervonta Davis secures a victory in his upcoming rematch against Lamont Roach, they will resume negotiations for a potential exhibition bout. Despite a significant weight difference, with Paul fighting at cruiserweight 195 pounds and Davis at lightweight 135 pounds, the proposed match would be a 10-round exhibition. The fight was initially close to finalization, but was delayed due to Davis's draw with Roach. If both fighters win their respective upcoming bouts, the exhibition could take place later this year.
But me and Gervonta were scheduled to fight for sure.
How real or what was to it with you and Tank actually being the thing? Was that something that was talked about?
Yeah, no, it was highly talked about and in negotiations and almost ready to make happen, but he has to do his rematch with Lamont and get that W, and then we'll be able to run it back. But me and Gervonta were scheduled to fight for sure.
Tank Davis is not cutting any corners in preparation for his rematch. He's teaming up with Kenny Ellis, one of the most respected trainers in boxing today. Known for his discipline and sharp eye for detail, Ellis brings structure and intensity to every session. With his guidance, Tank is sharpening his technique and building endurance, leaving no room for past mistakes to repeat. Ellis is expected to be present in Tank's corner on fight night, ensuring strategic adjustments are made in real time. The combination of Ellis's strict training regimen and Davis's determination signals a far more dangerous version of Tank than fans have seen before.
Ellis is one of the best trainers in boxing, second guy in the corner. Is responsible for a lot of the real tactical decisions and tactical analysis that goes on in Gervonta Davis's corner. So you have Coach Calvin, and Coach Calvin is the head trainer, and you have Coach Kenny, who really specializes on preparing game plans specifically for opponents. So to have him talk about what's going on with Lamont Roach, I thought was interesting and insightful, because what he said was that, one, he's not falling for the okie doke. When Mill City asked him, hey, what do you think about the fact that, that Lamont Roach was seen at a basketball game chugging a beer? And I would have added to the question that you see Lamont Roach out giving a bunch of interviews, doing the interview circuit, right? Kind of being a little bit out of character leading into the rematch.
Reuniting with Coach Calvin Ford brings a different kind of energy to Tank Davis's camp. Their bond goes beyond boxing. It's rooted in years of trust and shared experience. Coach Calvin has guided Tank through his rise in the sport, molding his raw talent into a refined fighting machine. Every major win Davis has earned had Coach Calvin behind the scenes pulling the strings.
Rematch. Do you think, and this is what Mill City asked, do you think that is something you guys are taking in consideration in preparation for the fight? And what Kenny Ellis said was, look, man, we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. We know what Lamont Roach brings to the table. And he says that Lamont Roach is, we're not believing that he's out there drinking or blowing up a bunch of weight and all of that. He says what most people say, hey, we're going to prepare for the best version of Lamont Roach that is going to, that'll come for us. But the way that he saw the fight coming out was he said he sees it like the fight before, a lot of really crisp shots landing. And the fight is going to be similar, but hey, the fight at the same time is going to be very different.
Lamont Roach is fully aware that his previous performance, while impressive, won't be enough this time. In recent interviews, he's repeatedly emphasized how seriously he's taking the rematch. Roach admits that Tank is no pushover and understands the importance of preparing for every scenario. He refuses to get comfortable or overconfident, choosing instead to treat this bout as a brand new challenge.
How many rematches have you fought?
0.
What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, it's a good question. It's going to be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder if that didn't get me the win. And I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not going to lie, I have room.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more gears?
100% for a fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta that night. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter. Hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and a really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night, you know what I'm saying, or do the same thing. He still will go upside your head and crack you, and you know what I'm saying, you might end up on the floor. Everybody not built the same. And that's what people get it messed up. He did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight. A whole lot. And I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't as good of a fighter as he was, that would have been, you know what I'm saying? I would have steamrolled him. Don't get that misconstrued. He's still the guy he is. It's just he ran into a guy that's on the same level.
This rematch is not just about winning. It's about restoring Tank Davis's name in the boxing world. The first bout raised eyebrows, as many couldn't believe a lesser-known fighter like Roach could challenge a star like Davis. For Tank, this isn't just another match. It's a test of identity. Is he still the dominant force people feared, or has his aura faded? The stakes are sky high. A convincing win could shut down critics and prove the first fight was an anomaly.
Lamont Roach, he feels that he won. Like, do you think the best thing going forward, they should just run it back, have a rematch?
Oh, yes, most definitely. I think a rematch is definitely called for. And I think probably, the sooner the better.
Yeah.
So I would say hey, let's work on a deal to where we could get in there within the next 4 to 5 months.
Yeah, I agree there.
In the initial match, there were clear signs that Davis wasn't at his best. His defense appeared vulnerable, and his stamina didn't hold up late in the rounds. Roach picked apart these gaps, landing shots that disrupted Tank's rhythm. This rematch presents an opportunity for Davis to either confirm or correct those impressions.
I don't know if Lamont Roach exposed weaknesses of Tank Davis. It very much reminds me of Rolly Romero versus Ryan Garcia. What Roach did, Rolly was doing the same thing. He ended up implementing it better against Ryan Garcia. Tank was having huge issues, and that's the Black Two Sugars. Watch me call that fight. I started laughing. I couldn't believe it because all he was patient with good power. All Roach was patient. He stayed focused. That's why him drinking and partying and shit is messing with me, because he beat him here. He stayed so damn focused, and he knew when Tank was going to punch. He knew when not to punch, and when he countered Tank, he rocked Tank. Tank got rocked at least twice that fight.
During the aftermath of the fight, Davis opened up about the inner turmoil he was facing. Mental exhaustion, emotional pressure, and physical wear took a toll on his focus. He even hinted at needing therapy and contemplated stepping away from the sport altogether.
He wants to do therapy. He wants to do real estate. They want to say he wasn't all in because him and Roach are friends, and he's going to be focused for the second fight. A lot of excuses. They want to say it's because of the braids, the oil getting in his eye. Whatever. This is what really happened. And I just now came to this conclusion because I've been making some other videos for Patreon, but Lamont Roach posted a video recently on...
Boxing insiders have pointed out that Tank's fall in the ring wasn't the result of a knockout punch, but due to temporary vision problems caused by grease in his eyes. This subtle but crucial detail shifts the narrative. Roach may have won the battle, but it wasn't the domination some make it out to be. Tank fans and analysts alike believe that, with better preparation and cleaner execution, Davis can easily flip the script in the rematch.
People keep saying like Lamont dang near like beat Tank like clean. Like basically like we seen it like, yeah, he did Tank that one, but like Tank was limping out the ring. Bro, he didn't even get over on Tank for real. Y'all only saying that because Tank took the knee. And when Tank took the knee, it wasn't how like Ryan Garcia was when he took the knee once Tank went to his body. It was like, dang, like I'm taking him and get right back up. Can you do that in boxing? No. But y'all can't say that basically that, oh yeah, he won because of the knee. That shows that people just want to see Tank lose, bruh. Cause y'all betting y'all money on basically Tank losing because of that knee. Yes, it was a good fight. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. Lamont was defending himself like he's skilled. But, bro, he ain't walk all over Tank. Tank, bro, if y'all go back and watch the highlights, I just watched the highlights last night. Them last couple of rounds, bro, Lamont was balled up. Tank was literally, he was trying, like you could tell Tank was like, dang, I waited too long. So he was trying to throw some stuff like to make sure he get that one blow. But it didn't work. So that's why they doing that rematch so they could start over from scratch round 1 to round 12. We gonna start over clean and let's see what's going on now. Now y'all want to be saying, oh, no, man, I ain't gonna lie. At the end of the day, the first fight is what matters. No, it don't. Tank, look, he real enough to say, hey, bro, let's do a rematch. Now, if he ain't do a rematch, he's like, oh, yeah, something going on. Nah, hush, hush. Hey, Calvin, step to the side. Let me get somebody else right now. I'm going to be hush. Let me get back in the gym and put my hat on. And we go at it again. I'm not going to lie. I'm telling you, this version of Tank is going to be dangerous, bro. If you know about boxing, come on, it is Gervonta Davis, bro. Dude is a beast. You think he finna walk around with that on his resume that he almost got cooked by Lamont Roach? Bruh, if he doing a rematch, he doing it for a reason. He's about to make an example out of him. I'm sorry to tell y'all. And Lamont, you're skilled. But the fact that you keep on trying to just pull that up, like that one knee. I beat him because of that one knee. I don't care if he had grease in his eye or not. I whooped him because of that. Bruh, that's how you know he don't got confidence that he's a better fighter than Tank. The fact that he's trying to, because he know that chance comes once in a lifetime. That's why he's so big on trying to, go back and play the tape. Just get back in the ring with him, go hands up, and let's see who comes out with the W. He don't want that, because Tank, he know this Tank is scary. I'm going to tell you what's going to be so different with the Lamont and Tank next match. Nobody ain't ever got this version of Tank. Nobody. He was undefeated. You put a draw on his record. You gave him some interruptions in that fight. That's why he's going to have to make an example, because he messed up Tank's resume a little bit. So in order for Tank to get that back, everybody's saying Lamont's the better fighter. He's going to have to make sure he shows it. And Tank knows well that he has to, that he cannot mess with me.
Despite the final outcome, Tank had promising moments in the early rounds of their first meeting. His speed, precision, and counters were all on display before things started to unravel. Experts like Ennis argue that those flashes of brilliance show Tank is still a serious threat. The rematch gives Davis a clean slate to start strong and stay consistent throughout. Tank's training camp has taken on a serious tone. Every movement in sparring has intention. His footwork is smoother, his reactions sharper, and his punches more deliberate. The laid-back attitude seen before the first bout is long gone. This time, Davis is treating every day like it's fight night. He's studying Roach's habits and practicing counters with precision.
Oh, stop closing up. Gotta let it go. Keep turning, step around. Keep turning.
Teddy Atlas recently praised Tank Davis for his ability to adapt mid-fight. He described how Davis never rushes and always picks his moments carefully. What sets Davis apart, according to Atlas, is his versatility. He can fight from any range and always remains dangerous due to his power and awareness. His calm demeanor and ability to adjust on the fly make him unpredictable and difficult to beat.
He's going to try to get to us, but we're going to frustrate him. He doesn't get frustrated. He takes his time. He's deliberate. You know, a lot of times at the beginning, people thought he was just a seek and destroy missile. They thought he was just a guy that got to you. And they thought that he would get over anxious. He don't get over anxious. He takes his time. He slowly closes those gaps, you know, inch by inch, step by step, and then he gets to you.
This isn't just business for Davis. It's personal. The draw in the first fight embarrassed him, wounded his pride, and made people question his legacy. That feeling stuck with him, and it's now fueling every step of his training. He's more driven, more intense, and far less distracted. To him, this is a war he needs to win to clear his name. The motivation is no longer about belts or rankings. It's about proving that he still belongs among the sport's elite. This is Tank, fighting for his reputation, not just another victory.
We gotta talk about it. So, Tank officially came out and says that he wants to put this rematch as early as May. Now, if that were to happen, Lamont Roach gets a second time to prove himself. Now, in my personal opinion, his stock has already risen. He is already notable. The fact that he went toe-to-toe with Tank on a decision that ended in a draw, whether he loses this second fight or not won't even matter. Because he's directly in line to go against the Keyshawn Davis, the Shakur Stevensons, and etc., the Devin Haney's, and etc. I can see him moving up and going against a Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia or somebody like that. So many people to fight. Lamont Roach has definitely proven himself. But let's talk about something else. And that is the hairstylist situation. In my humble opinion, I believe she should have been quiet. As a hairstylist, there was nothing for you to say. No fan in boxing was going to look at them like, I don't want her to braid my hair. No one would have said that. But she hurt herself when she came out and publicly made multiple claims, got all his receipts that no one needed, no one asked for, saying, oh, this had no grease or oil in it. No one cares. Nobody even believes it. Sometimes it's best to remain quiet. But you guys let me know in the comments. Should she have remained quiet, or should she have did what she did, which is spoke up? You let me know.
According to Davis's team, they knew what Roach was capable of even before the bell rang. Their plan was built around exploiting his weaknesses, but it simply didn't unfold the way they expected. Now, instead of starting from scratch, the focus is on refining that same strategy. They believe the approach was sound. It just lacked sharpness and execution. This time, they're fixing those technical lapses and increasing pressure in key moments. It's not about reinventing the game plan, but perfecting what they already believe can lead them to victory.
Surprised by Roach and Tank. What do you think the biggest surprise was in the fight?
it wasn't a surprise because we know Roach. It wasn't a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Roach can fight. A lot of people think because a person is not popular, that they don't exist. There's fighters out there that can rumble. They just got to get the opportunity, you know?
Mm-hmm. Speaking of rematches, Jalil Hackett is getting his opportunity again.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.